My name is Scott Compo, and I'm the manager of Connections Engineering Outreach, which is an educational outreach unit within the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science at Queen's University. What I think is unique about it is the fact that we get to expose young students to what the Faculty of Engineering and Queen's University have to offer. So within our program, we have access to some of the labs, the research facilities, and just the learning spaces that are on campus. And Queen's has prided itself on its research facilities and teaching and learning spaces. So by showing that to younger students, I think that is a unique learning experience. Within our programs, we see a wide variety of students that are successful. Some of the students that come, especially for our senior programs, are in those upper years of high schools, and they want to get a real glimpse of what Queen's University and what the engineering faculty might be like. But for some of the younger grades, we also see success in that they want to just learn more broadly about what the profession is. They're early on into their educational pathways and are starting to make some choices. So by having the experience of coming to the program, they are able to have some more informed knowledge and an accurate representation of maybe what the engineering profession is about. And then that's part of our goal with our programs. So those types of students, are successful. The other kinds, with our program, we try to make sure that there's a lot of hands-on experiential learning that happens. And then they learn from those experiences. So the students that are successful are the ones that really like to engage in learning with their peers and colleagues and in a group setting with a lot of hands-on learning components. So it's structured in that there's an overarching theme that we try to bring it back to. Even within the blocks of learning time, those are guided throughout the day, but there's individual sort of exploration time built within it. That's the beauty of engineering and trying to solve complex open-ended problems, is that the same problem or challenge can be provided to the students, but how they go about solving those problems is unique to the individuals. So I think that there's flexibility within the day, but we provide the structure and the foundations within where they're going to be learning from. Fortunately, over the past 5-6 years we've been running this program, we haven't had to deal a lot with behavior. I think because the types of students that come to this educational program, they are grade 6, 7 and above, right? So they are a little bit more mature. And are all there for the most part for the same reason, to learn more about the engineering profession. Fortunately, the full-time staff that are part of Connections are all qualified teachers and have experience working in the classroom. So with that experience comes with behavior management strategies and techniques. If there are challenges that arise, our goal is obviously to try to minimize any of those challenges, so that way all students can have an enjoyable learning experience. So we, in terms of a staff, revisit behavior management strategies and are prepared to mitigate, any issues that do arise. So I think, to answer your full question, I think that the staff are, educated and are aware of potential challenges that might come in to behavioral management, concerns, and are ready to resolve those. I think a big challenge that we've seen from behavioral management is linked more with safety and student safety, because with some of our programs that we are going into some of the research labs and facilities, like there is pretty expensive equipment, and some of the materials we might use are potentially hazardous. So if anything, we try to make sure that there's transparency on the severity of what we are doing in the workshops, and how that links to health and safety, and then that almost proactively corrects any type of misbehavior. I think they value the relationships that they make with both people in their program or in their course. I think that they get to meet some like-minded students from across the country that they form a bond with, and I've also heard stories that they stay in touch after their summer program and stuff, which is always really nice to see. I think the other value is, again, they get to experience the university. For some of the students, especially at the senior levels, they may not have had an opportunity to go and visit a campus and be immersed in the university culture. Whereas with our program, there is the option for students to come and stay in residence. So I think that is a big value add for a lot of participants, because they can commit to a 1 week or a 2 week or even multiple week program and get a real sense for what it could be like at the university, which helps potentially with transitioning, from high school to university a year or a couple years later. To approach every experience with an open mind. I think with our content, there are some, misperceptions or perceptions that students have about engineering. I think that the beauty of engineering, and nowadays more so than ever, is that it's very multidisciplinary, and that the work that you can do as an engineer crosses into so many other professions. And we try to make sure before that they come to the program that we ask all of the students to set their own kind of learning goals. What do they want to get out of their experience in the program? So I think by the end of their time with the course, we try to get them to reflect back on that and say, okay, well, did you obtain your own learning goals? Because we're trying to make sure that, it is individualized and that we're giving them the experience that they are hoping for, but it is informative in the same way. So I think broadly, the message is that, our program is designed to be fun. It's designed to be educational. It isn't necessarily designed to challenge students academically. Our goal broadly with the program is an experiential one, to provide exposure to the faculty and to the disciplines of engineering. It's not an academically rigorous type of program to challenge students in math and science and those types of fields.